Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, let's start the show. Where did we finish last week? This book? Or which one?
The green one, page 97.
The reading assignment.
Sorry? Can I know page number, please?
98 to 117.
117, reading assignment.
Oh, I gave you reading assignment?
Exactly.
Yes. Great. Sorry, because the green grocer passed through in front of my house, so I didn't catch what you mean. I mean that. Can you tell me the page number again?
What did you just say?
90. Yeah, I heard 90. Yes.
98 teacher. 98.
98 to 117.
Okay, good job. 98 to 117. I think you don't need some more time, right? Only just you have already read it, I think so. I believe so. Am I right? So how about you, Shintan? Have you got the information that you have to do reading assignment?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god.
Oh, maybe she didn't check the Viber that you said. Yeah, because it was above. And William said to me, and I noticed about that.
Okay. Yes. So Jotenza, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great job. So let's start from William. William, can you discuss about page number 98 first?
Che, why don't we make a group and present it? It's too much, I guess.
No. We will. I have got an idea to go to one page after another. Right? Yes. Thank you. So let's start from William. William, can you start from page number 98?
Yeah, one moment, please. Let's start. Views and arguments. There are usually several keywords or phrases in the exam question that indicate the type of answer and the ratio of phrases the examiner is expecting you to, right? The first one is you have to read the question carefully, and then does it contain one of the following underlined phrases when you write views and arguments. And then you have to put forward your views and arguments, put forward your ideas and arguments, put forward your opinions and arguments, align your opinions for and or against, set out your arguments for and against, writing a views and arguments conversation. There are 4 steps when you write views and arguments. 1, general introduction, explaining the importance of the subjects you have been asked to write about. Number 2, put forward one side of the issue being argued. For example, the argument is favored. Number 3, put forward the other side of the issue being argued. For example, the argument against. Conclusion, put forward your personal opinion. And then expanding the plan. First paragraph is a general introduction which explains the importance of the subject. Put forward your own opinion. And then time phrases. Now's the day, these days, recently, from days now, in the past, 20 years ago, in the last 5 years ago. Generalizations. Nearly or many, a large number of several. Opinion phrases. I feel, I believe, as far as I'm concerned. Second paragraph. Fewest argument phrases. For example, one of the main arguments in favor of is that or some people will argue that or is phrase that. Addition phrases. Furthermore, moreover, what is more besides. Sport phrases. Which means that this means that as a result consequently. And then third paragraph, consideration like, and then phrases for contrast. On the other hand, however, nevertheless, views and argument phrases. For example, one of the main arguments against is that it can be argued that it has been said that. Addition phrases. Furthermore, moreover, what is more, besides, and then sport phrases, which means that as a result, consequently fourth paragraph. And then phrases to introduce points. To sum up, in conclusion, option phrases, in my opinion, I believe that personally, in my view, and then one in very much in favor of, I'm strongly opposite to, and then I'm against. Suggestion phrase, it would be a good idea if plus past tense. Sport phrases because as things. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Chasidu, can you sum up what William explained?
So I have to sum up what William explains.
Of course,
Okay.
to be noticeable, right?
Okay. Can you give me a moment?
A minute, 2 minutes?
No, a moment. It's
Okay.
on that. Page 98. Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Of course it is.
Okay.
After with your new microphone.
Okay. Except that there's so how can we know when the examiner wants us to write views and arguments conversations? There are keywords. There are keywords, views and arguments, ideas and arguments, opinions and arguments, for and all against. Okay, writing at views and arguments conversations. As usual, every conversation should be planned before the exams. Okay, in a views and arguments conversation, the word arguments means that we make sure both points of the views, and lyrics that basic plan, general introduction explaining the importance of the topic we have been asked, and write about one side of the issues being argued for examiner in favor, and then write about the other sides of the issues being argued examiner against, and then conclusion. In the conclusion, we should write about our personal opinions. And then explaining the plans. For the first paragraph, we must write the general introduction explaining the importance of the topic, and then we must write our own opinions, and it should include time fixers. In the first paragraph, we should include time fixer, generalizations, and opinion phrases. For the second paragraph, we must write about one side of the issues being argued, for example, in favor, the argument in favor, and we should include use and argument phrases and additional phrases and support phrases. And for the For the third paragraph, for the third paragraph, we should write the opposite side of the issues being accused. For example, the arguments against, and we should include conception phrases, use and argument phrases, additional phrases, and support phrases. For the full paragraph, that conclusion paragraph, we should write our personal opinions and give suggestion if possible. And then we should include phrases to introduce point, opinion phrases, suggestion phrases, and support phrases. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so if you two repeat, I mean that, okay, firstly, William discusses, William explain it, and then Sidhu also repeat it again. So after listening 2 times, your friend will notice that how to write views and argument essay or paragraph, right? Yep, so Simone, can you discuss about 101 and 102?
These are like the topic is you need to read the comments. They show like A to G, and when you read that, you need to read each comments and mark with the tick or a cross whether it is in a favor, positive, or against, negative in meaning. And you need to make 2 headings, one in favor and another is against. And rewrite each comment in your own words and remembering to change the comments from friendly to formal register where it's necessary.
Okay.
And also you need to number the comments in order of importance. And they also show some examples of doing the read the comments and applying the stuff that we need to do. And in number 8, these are like, this will really benefit us all. We will have a reliable electricity supplies at last. And we need to think that if the point is in favor or against, if it is favor, so you need to tick. But if it is against, you need to tick it like cross. And also they do like that to P to G.
P to G, yes.
And they also make the heading and go to the point marked with the tick. And in that this time we need to rewrite them in our own word. And we need to write it in like formal register. And we also need to number them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Nanda, can you keep on explain that after grouping in favor and against, how to give number down?
Just that part. Just the numbering part.
Yeah, numbering type first.
Okay, so to number the points that you have marked. I'm sorry, I'm sneezing.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I have already taken the citrin.
So it's important to like number the comments in the order of importance, which is like the important informations and stuff come in the number 1, and like mostly like a top 10 or something like that. So yeah, I think that is it.
Can you explain in more detail how to give the number?
To give the number, do I have to explain with those examples?
Yes, of course. Only just maybe 1, 2. Well, you can explain only just 1 and 2. You mean the A and D. Yep. And after that, you can keep on blah blah.
Okay. Can I have a minute?
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Now your friends are discussing page number 1 or 2.
Okay, to number them in the order of importance. So as you see in the favor, there are like 1, 2, 3, 3 points. So the first point is like this will really benefit us all. We'll have a reliable electricity supply at last. So, a reliable source of electricity is like it's a benefit for everyone in the city or whatever that is. So this is like a most important key point of this comment. So it will be put in number 1 place. And for the D, well, it will look nice, won't it? Blah 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 blah. All this windmill. So this is just kind of like an attraction thing, which is appealing to the site. So it is not really important to comparing to the other points. So it will put at the least, which is number 3. Because yeah. Okay. And so for the against, I think it's outrageous and dreadful. It'll be an eyesore for miles around. So it will be ugly. In conclusion, it will be ugly. So which is like I don't know, maybe the most important to the topic. So you would like put it in the first place. The first place is, how do I say, it's that it should be like some kind of crucial point for the topic that you're talking about. So something that leads to the most important or some kind of appealing to the readers. So it should be placed in the first place. Yeah. And for the like non-related stuff and thing, you should put those in the last place probably. Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's the one I want to
Okay.
you know. You would see that on page number 101, the question if there is a plan to build a wind farm in your area to provide A to G, right? So amend those A to G. The first step you have to do is it favor or against, right? So if it is a favor, if the how should I say, if the point A is a favor one, you have to tick it, and if the point A is against, you have to tick the cross, right? You have to write a cross. So, and on page number 101, you will see A is a tick 1, so this is a favor. B is a cross, so that is against. Okay, after making analysis about for and against, right? You have to make grouping. Okay, you have to make a group in favor and against, right? So after copying the original test, you have to change to your own words, right? For the first one, this will really benefit us all. We all have a reliable electricity supply at least. That is the original one, right? And you have to change to your own words. You have to change and write with your own words. Is a reliable supply of electricity will be beneficial to everyone. Right. The second one, well, it will look nice, won't it? All those windmills, I know they are the modern kind. And here is the written in all words as there will be attractive, right? And after writing that one, you have to give the number, which is important, which is less important, right? Because to show to be an organized paragraph or organized essay, you need naming and numbering, right? So for A in favor, okay, under the subtitle of favor, number A is the most important among those 3 information. So in favor, there are A, T, E, so 3 information, right? Among those 3, A is the most important, so you need to give number 1. And E is the second important one, so you better give number 2. D is the last important one, so you better write the re. Okay, that is, we call that numbering. Okay, and one of the re, that is about wind farm in favor of and against. Right. So Tanta, can you call one of your friends to explain example and so on? Okay.
Tanda, the teacher said choose someone.
She's lagging. Maybe. Of course, she is. Okay, so no. Can you explain us example and so on? Paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So one moment.
That is the one you unexpected, right?
Yeah. I'm okay. So so it's page 103 and 104, right?
Yes.
So in favor, it's advantages of wind farms, like they are environmentally friendly and no dangerous fumes, no air pollutions, and they are more attractive than conventional power stations, and they provide a reliable source of electricity, and they make small industries possible, and they create employment in the area. So and another one is against, it's disadvantages of wind farms. They are ugly eyesores and spoil the nature of a place. And shall I read all of that, or I don't need to read, right?
Actually, I want you to make analysis.
Oh,
You didn't know this.
so yeah, I will keep on reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may put tourists off and reduce tourism and that for the economy, and they encourage noise pollution and disrupt local wildlife, and they are distracting, especially for motorists, and they may cause pollution by blowing dust and dirt around, and they need large area of land, and they may be used for farming. After that, you should refer back to your plan and never dive directly into the topic, and should begin outside the topic itself and move it to introduce the exact topic and the considerations. And if the topic is windmills, you should begin with the winter issue of power generations. I'm sorry. So now
Generalization.
generalization. Oh, it's a generation.
Oh, generation? Oh,
Yes.
yes, sorry.
So now let's look at an example answer. In paragraph 1, there's a time fixer, example sentence, and sentence which is linked to main topic. And in paragraph 3, you have to introduce the opposite point of view and their joining points, views, and arguments and support. In paragraph 4, we have to conclude their introducing point of the conclusions of opinions, suggestions, and support. So now look at another views and arguments. The question is, the government of your school have decided that all students should take part in competitive team sports. Set out your arguments for and against compulsory competitive team sports. So in the questions, all students mean everyone, and compulsory means there is no choice and must take part in, and competitive means playing to win, not just for fun. Team sports means games like football, volleyball, and hockey. And there's two important facts. One is you have to remember that every word in the questions is there for a reason. And another and second fact is you have to make sure that you have read every word before you begin. And that's it.
Okay, clever, thank you. For example, answer when, what I want you to learn is, these are the example, the sample when, right? So when you learn it, you see that until is a like time fixer, and such as cold, such as cold, gas, and wireless example. Then such as will may is linked to make topic like that, right? And the next one is one of the main arguments starting with against, right? So that's his view and argument. So I want you to learn it yourself. Example 1, paragraph, first paragraph to the last conclusion, right? Because while you are writing it, you should notice that what you are writing. So if you can notice what you're writing, you can guess that which is left. Okay. Yeah. So now example question 2. Okay. Question 2. Let's make the analysis of question. No.
Yes. So
Yeah, can you read question 2 and can you make analysis?
yeah. So in example question 2, it's about the question is the governors of your school have decided that all students should take part in competitive team sports, and set your arguments for against competitive team sports. So in that question, all students means like for everyone, and compulsory, and it means that there's no choice, you must take part, it's a must. And competitive, it means that you are playing to win, not just for fun or keeping fit. And team sports, that means like games like football or volleyball or hockey. So, and you have to remember that every word in the question is there for a reason, and you have to make sure you have read every word before you begin. And the question say, we are free to use idea of your own, and we can use our own ideas like that.
Okay. So in question number 2, the governors of your school have decided that all students should take part in competitive team sport. Set out your arguments for and against compulsory competitive team sport. In this question, which are the most important? Which words and phrases are the most important? No, can you tell that?
So can you repeat the question again? Because
Yeah, in question number 2, which phrases or which words are important?
all students should take part in competitive team sports.
Okay, after reading the question, what do you need to, how do you understand that? Which type you have to read? Do you see any clues in the question? The type of the essay, the type of the paragraph.
It's views and arguments conversation.
Okay, which words set you?
Set out your arguments or against compulsory.
Of course it is, right? So I want you to notice that when you read the question, you need to hold a pencil or a highlight, right? So while you are reading, you have to do highlight or you have to underline the main points, okay? So if you underline your argument for and against, if you see for and against, you must realize that you have to write with view and argumentative essay, right? So for view and argumentative, you have to discuss 2 points, right? For and against. So that is the first one, which type is the most important one, right? So if you choose the wrong type, the style, you will lose your mark, right? You will lose your points. That's why. So that's it, the first important thing. And second one is you have to know which information you have to look for. So here it said that all students should take part in competitive team sport. So, and then is this a compulsory or competitive team sport? So you have to think about a compulsory competitive team. Okay, in that question, compulsory competitive team sport is important phrase. Okay, so you have to notice like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then next one, Injinsol, are you there? Yeah, can you explain about example answer 2?
Answer 2.
Yep.
From page 105 here.
Yeah, on page number 105.
Okay. On paragraph.
Yes, on paragraph 1. Yep. How would you explain that?
Yes. Okay. On paragraph 1. It is a general introduction, which explains the importance of the subjects. They use 9J, which is the time fixers, and due to the media and awareness campaigns, and generalization is the vast majority of people. And then they explain the importance of the issue and then effect it has, realize the important exercise and the benefit it can have and health. And a generalization and a large number. And then the last one is they link to the main topic by writing of school want to make participation in team sport compulsory. Okay, and next is paragraph 2. They introduce the one point of view. First, they write one of the main arguments again, which is views and argument, and they add sport. They write anything compulsory is that when a student is forced into something, he will not be an enthusiastic participant, and this may weaken the performance of his team. And the last one is also sport, and they add consequently he could become unpopular, isolated socially, or even become a victim of bullying. Okay. Page 106, paragraph 3, they introduce the opposite point of view. First, they use, on the other hand, to contrast and to add points, and then they use, and then they write many people as a generalization. Like others would agree that it is views and arguments, and they add sport. Sport makes us fix and gives us energy in order to, and then they give suggestion, have a healthy mind in a healthy body. Sport should be a compulsory subject on every school chamber. Furthermore, they use furthermore to add point as a contrast, and then they write view and arguments, and it is a first using it is a first that, and then in the end they add sport. Team sport encourage cooperation and promote social interaction. Paragraph 4 is conclusion. They use to sum up to introduce points, and they add opinion. And then they add suggestion. It would be a great idea if team sport were made compulsory in school to establish healthy habits early in life and to prevent students from becoming unfit due to laziness. And the last one is the sport. That's all.
Okay, thank you. So, Shanley, can you discuss 1 to 7 example? Use an argument.
Yes, Chair, but my line is really bad right now. I don't know why. It's been like this since morning.
Be patient, boy, be patient.
I don't know why, but like Yeah, last night was still good, but this morning the line went down a lot. 107. So students views and argument. Oh yeah, and also last class I quit. I left the class because of like the internet, because I can't reconnect back and the electricity went down.
Yeah, but now you are
So,
like,
Calm
Yeah.
down, calm down. Don't worry, I'm gonna slip to the electric EPC.
I mean, can't do anything.
okay. Can you read question 2? Can you please
Question to the
and
government
then
are
make
planning to
analysis?
build an airport near your area. Write a letter to a local newspaper setting out your views and argument about the issues.
Yeah, can you make
So-
analysis of the question?
Setting out your views. Sorry, Chair.
Can you make analysis? I mean that you have to point out which word is important in the question.
So which word is important in? For many years, because it's a time fixer. It has been going for many years, and transparent has been major problem town, which result a decrease of industry leading to financial difficulties. For this reason, as we are all aware, the government decided to build an airport on this outskirt of the town, like out of the main against the screen that would cause a lot of noise pollution, which would disturb a significant numbers of people in area. More over a building and so Chair. So sorry. So
I think you misunderstood to me, right? You have
yeah, and it's like I
please.
don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, please
Thing
read
is-
the question. Read the question, and I think I have already read the question number 1. You have to read question that I show as the example, right? So you have to read question number 2. So what type of letter you have to write, and then which words, which points are important, like that.
Oh, so like so in question 2, the government are planning to build an airport near your area. So write a letter to a local newspaper setting out your views and argument about the issue. So
Yeah. What kind of letter you have to write?
I think he froze.
Maybe froze. He froze, or the connection froze. Okay. Alvin. Can you support your friend? Alvin.
No, Jack, I'm not here.
You're not here. So you mean that you are in the heaven?
Wait, what?
You are in the heaven.
No. It's really bold of you to think that I'm gonna go to heaven. Anyway, so wait, so I have to explain for him now. Page 107.
Yeah, 107, right?
So the government are planning to build an airport near your area. Write a letter to a local newspaper selling out your views and arguments about the issue. The views and arguments, I think we know what we have to write.
Yeah. So what style it is?
Well, we had to views and arguments. Well, we could say, I guess, wait, the first one, the last one we did was, I think, opinions and suggestion, right?
Of course.
I guess that's a start, opinions and suggestions. So we had to make an analysis of this. The first paragraph, for many years, transportation has been a major problem. Oh, sorry, I meant, dear sir, for many years, transportation has been a major problem in this town, which has resulted in a decrease in the tourist industry. leading to a financial difficulties. For this reason, as we are all aware, the government decided to build an airport on the outskirts of the town. So like all, how can I say, opinions and suggestions, I mean, not opinion suggestion, wait, what is it called again? Oh yeah, opinions and, wait, is it, the share, hello? Is the style called opinions and suggestion? Let me check again, wait. Opinions and suggestion, yes, that's true. I thought it was wrong. So no opinions and suggestions kind of writing, you have to start with a time fixer. So in this one, they started for many years. The second sentence, I mean, not the second sentence, they said that leading to financial difficulties, which is like a, how can I say this? Why this is important? Basically, helping the sentences. It's not personalization, but it's helping the sentences make more meaning. And for this reason, as we're all aware, the government decided to build an airport on the outskirts of the town, which is the effect of the problem and also the link to the main topic of the question, building an airport on the outskirts of the town. So the second paragraph started, one of the main arguments against the scheme is that it will cause a lot of noise pollution, which would disturb a significant number of people in the nearby rural area. Moreover, building an airport requires a vast area of land, which will increase the loss of farmland since agriculture land will be abused. Therefore, a drop in crop yield would definitely be the effect of such action. So the second paragraph is about the bad stuff, the disadvantages and the arguments about it. And they start with the views argument, one of the main arguments against. And the points you can see here would disturb a significant number of people that support, that is penalization. And also number 6, moreover, that's a phrase that you can use to add more points. And again, which would mean the loss of farmland, that's also other support. And therefore a drop in crop yield will definitely be the effect of such action. So if the second paragraph tells you about the bad stuff, the third paragraph has to be about the other opinions, the advantages of this action, and vice versa. So the third paragraph starts, on the other hand, many people believe that our town does not lack any resources and is beautiful to the foreign eye. So it would be senseless to miss an opportunity to facilitate the entry of tourists to our town. This will not only improve the economy, but will also provide more jobs for our unemployed citizens. At a later stage, it will be easy to restore the farmland by purchasing fertilizers that will increase the crop. So on the other hand, I think that's where you should start with when making another paragraph about other type of, how can I say, opinions. What other phrases can you use? On the other hand, let me think. Let me check again. I'm gonna, because I always write on the other hand, on the other hand every single time. I want to see something different. Okay, wait. Oh, wait, where's it called? Oh, can you find any phrase apart from on the other hand?
You can ask your friends first.
Oh, my friends. I mean, they won't answer. That's the thing.
Because they don't.
Okay.
You don't ask them first. That's why. They are eager.
No, I already know.
Yeah, eager to answer.
Just kidding. Okay, so does anyone know any other phrase apart from on the other hand? Please. I don't know.
Nevertheless.
Sorry?
Nevertheless.
Nevertheless. Sorry, what?
Nevertheless.
No,
anything like the aliases.
Nevertheless.
Nevertheless.
It means nevertheless.
Nevertheless. I guess that's could work. Okay.
There are a lot easy, like rather, however.
Oh, rather, however, okay. Yeah, I was trying to think of that, but I can't. My brain just doesn't work properly. Rather, however, okay, that's good. No, and I guess
Moreover,
more,
what's more?
What's more is addition. This is okay. Whatever is right. So okay, I think. So anyway, on the other hand, we already talked about that, and many people believe that is contrast and joining points. Of course, this is again like 0.5 in support. So it will be senseless to miss opportunity to facilitate the entries of town, entries of tourists to the town. So basically, this is also an opinion because it's a many people. It's not a fact. Number 10 is so it will be senseless. So it's a suggestion, and this will also not only improve the economy. That's another support, and will also provide more jobs. So those are two supports in one sentence. And yeah, I think those are the main points for the third paragraph. The conclusion paragraph. Personally, the plan seems to be an official way to boost the economy of our town, making it a prosperous. How do you pronounce? Prosperous. Sorry. Prosperous.
Yeah,
one.
prosperous.
And in the end, the most important factor is to consider is the welfare of our people. You're faithfully, Jane Smith. Okay, so personally, that's an opinion. All right, that's you have to give your own opinion in this kind of writing. So whether you agree or disagree, that's your point. You're not going to lose any marks for choosing either. And also to boost the economy of the town, making it one, that's the supporting the idea of why you agree to build this. And that's pretty straightforward. So yeah, do I need to talk more? Page 108 or something? Problems and solutions. Okay.
Yeah.
So the writing that we just I got confused with this. Yeah, problems and solutions and what?
He will keep on problem and solution.
Sorry.
No. I suggest your friends, not to give applause first. But he will continue to problem solution.
Okay. I mean, you can floss if you want. You know what? Don't worry. You can floss, and I will just not talk about. So I got confused. The first one, which is opinions and suggestions. This is problem and a solution. So in this one, you don't need to how can I say give opinions on both sides. Like there's a problem, you have to find out the problem and just say the solution. In the other one, we have to talk about what some people think, what other people think, but you don't need to talk about that now. Okay, so all solution compositions are basically a mixture of the other types of composition. Many of the phrases here are the ones that you already met, and you need to include opinions and suggestions. Thank you. The main difference is the introduction will probably be longer and more detailed. That's an important point to add. Actually, I would like that. The main difference is that the introduction will probably be longer and more detailed. Okay, so there are several keywords and phrases in the exam questions that indicate the type of answer and the range of phrases the examiner is expecting you to write. Read the question carefully, and does it contain one of the following underlying phrases? How can be done? Well, sorry, what can be done to overcome? To overcome is what that you have to look out for. And the other one is ways of solving. Why can't I speak? Ways of solving the problem. Okay, solving the problem. You have to watch out for that. How can the problem be solved? So solutions, solve or overcome. That's the word you try to look for if you're supposed to write the problems and solutions. Write them. Okay. So writing the problems and solution conversation. Every conversation should be planned. See exam hint. I'm not going to see that. Use the following basic plan for every problems and solution conversation. So number one is general introduction to topic, explaining what the problem is and what is causing it and what the result will be. I think you already know that. The paragraph 2 and 3 put forward suggestions for overcoming the problem and support your suggestions. So I think that's the main difference between the last one, because the last one you have to give opinions for two different kinds of stuff, whether you agree or disagree. But this time you just have to show your suggestion, and you could have the support suggestion, and that's it. You don't have to think about other people's opinions. So conclusion, explain that you are sure the problem can be overcome. So I think you will explain more about it in another page. So let's expand the plan. Expand the plan, the first paragraph, introduce the topic and explain what the problem is, what is causing it, and what the result will be. So again, like the previous one, you have to begin with a time fixer. Nowadays, these days, more than ever before, recently, blah, blah. Explain what the problem is. There are several possible ways to do this, including traffic or tourism has become a major problem, or there is serious shortage of the global shortage of, there has been a noticeable increase or decrease in the amount of blah blah. I don't think I need to say everything within here. Explain the reason for the problem. This is because the reason for this because, well, I don't think there are more examples than that. If there's more than one reason, link them with additional phrases. Moreover, furthermore, besides, not only but also, that's you probably use, and both and is also a great example. So they actually give you some example to look at. So windmills are an eyesore. Windmills are bad for the local economy. So instead of just writing two separate sentences, you can write windmills are not only an eyesore but also bad for the local economy. Windmills are both an eyesore and bad for local economy. I think most fourth graders can know how to do that. So let's talk about the other one. Explain what the consequences will be if you do such things. For example, which will result in blah blah. This means that, you know, the country will be better, the environment will be better or worse. You have to think about on. And if we do not protect the environment, future generation will suffer. I think you know the point. So second and third paragraphs, the main make suggestions about how to overcome the problem. Again, this time you don't have to think about opinions. You just have to make your own suggestions. So clearly, it would be a great idea if it is about high time we organize a campaign. Now, keep in mind, you have to write this in past tense. So we have to write it in past tense? Is it because of, like, if it is about high time, is that the reason why we have to write such sentence in past tense?
You know, I think you want to show the respect to the other one.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, okay. So remember, you support your suggestions. I think you should always do that. I think that's obvious. It would be a good idea if we start a campaign to make people aware of, so that people are aware of. If you not put a point, you have to make a support to a suggestion. That's very obvious. And the thing is, you don't have to give other opinions at all. So those two paragraphs, you just have to do that, which is a bit different for the last one. The fourth paragraph, the conclusion, do not repeat what you have already written. Try to be positive and confident about your suggestion, but do not repeat them. Explain that you're sure that the problem can be overcome. In the last one, in the second and third paragraph, we talk about the good things and the bad things. And in the last paragraph, in the conclusion, we will say, like, whether you agree with it or disagree with it is your choice, right? And if you agree with it, you write the reason why you agree with it, and you choose a point from, like, to say, so the second paragraph, and make it in the conclusion. But this time you cannot do that because do not allow you to repeat anything in the second and third paragraph. So I think you should keep that in mind. I'm sure yeah, page 1. Oh, I thought you call my name. My ears not working properly. I'm sure I feel confident that that's the way you can start a sentence. If these measures are taken, the watershed or the problem of pollution, blah blah, negative about tourism will soon be overcome, and the world will be a better place for everyone, or a better place for all of us to live in. So yeah, essay is 5 and 6. I don't think I can talk about that, right? Can I? Do I need to talk about essay 5 and 6?
You don't need to talk about 5 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the main differences with the two ones. In this one, the first paragraph you have to begin normally. The second and third paragraph, you just need to give suggestions, and the fourth paragraph, you cannot repeat what you said before. So those are the main differences between the two writings. So this is a student composition. Someone wrote this as well. The question is, many countries in the world are suffering from severe shortage of food. What measures can be taken to solve this problem? So yeah, this is what the student wrote. Oh, well, one important thing I forgot to mention, I think I mentioned it, but I didn't properly say it, is that in the first one, the introduction is not that long. It's just a short introduction, right? But this introduction has to be far much more detailed and far much longer. If you look at the example right here, you can see that. So let's start. Nowadays, due to the mass media and global communication, we are more than ever aware of the problem of worldwide food shortage, which is on the increase. This hopeless situation has been caused environmentalists inform us by destruction of the natural environment and pollution, which have led to less farming land. Furthermore, overpopulation in many countries have meant a substantial reduction in food per person. Nowadays, that's a time fixer. I think you get it now. And number two, the problem of the world is which on increase. That's explaining the reason why it's happening. Explain the problem why it's happening. And number three, the hopelessness has been caused by destruction of natural world. That's explaining the reason why this problem is caused. The fourth point, which have led to less farmland, natural environment and pollution, which have led to less farmland. That's the consequences they have to face. I think we've already told that. And the fifth one, furthermore, as an addition, there's a joining point. That's the phrase that you need to use for more points. And in many countries has meant a substantial reduction in food per person. That's also consequences. So which is also the main topic of this question, serve shortage of food. So, okay, so let's continue to the second paragraph. It would seem to me that total commitment to require to eradicate this problem for good. If we buried our heads in the sand, the lives of many innocent people will be at risk. How many people must die of starvation before we take action? Yeah, so the first sentence, it would seem to me that total commitment is required. That's an opinion. And there's a bit support there, but they didn't necessarily highlight or point anything out. If you bury our hands, if you look at there, if we bury our heads in the sand, a lot of many innocent will be at risk. And how many people? So there are many suggestions here, and I don't think you need to write that much in this kind of sentence. Okay, let's look at the third one. Surely it would be a good idea if countries with a surplus of food were encouraged to distribute it to those with none. It's high time we share our technology and developing countries to help them make better use of their land. Furthermore, we have no alternative but to inform others of the dangers of pollution and reduce it. So since both the second and third paragraph, you have to talk about a suggestion. The second paragraph is not that detailed. The third paragraph is where you have to put more points into it, I guess. I don't think it's necessary, but I think that's how you should write it. So surely it would be a good idea if, that's a suggestion. It is high time we share our technology with developed countries. That's also a suggestion to help them make better use of our land. That's support for the suggestion we just give. Furthermore, that's the joining point. That's the addition. I think you should use more or whatever. And number 12. Okay, when there's no number 12 yet, there's all the suggestion and opinions in this paragraph. Also, if you look at number 12, it's just one sentence. So I think it's just teacher. I think the conclusion also has to be short, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, you just need to write one sentence. I didn't expect it to be this short, but okay. So opinion, in my opinion, it's an opinion. I think you should know that. The difficulties are not insurmountable. Is that how to pronounce it? Yeah, is it how to pronounce it? Insurmountable, is it?
Yeah, insurmountable.
Insurmountable, provided that we act together. So you can see that the difficulties are insurmountable. Basically, that's a positive outlook. That's your opinion. That's the reason why you think the suggestion that you just give will work. And you do realize that the point you just give have nothing to do with the previous suggestion. There's no overlap or anything, so you should avoid that. So yeah, this is how you do it.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it for problem and solution, right?
Yeah. So do I have to continue?
No. Thanks.
No, thank you, because I look at the other one, and the other ones are very, very, how can I say, not confusing, but there's so many points. I don't want to talk about projects. Okay.
Okay. So, which is different from views and argumentative to problem is that problem and solution. When you write the paragraph 2 and 3, you have to put forward suggestion and support your suggestion, right? You have to put forward suggestion first, and then you have to support why you gave that suggestion. That's a little strange thing to that, right? Okay, so Yeah, so now I am going to divide you into groups. Group 1, Elvin, Jordan, Sa, Nono, and William. Group 2, Jim, Piano, Shanley, and Tanta. Group 3, Pyositu, Yamo. Which is left? Who is left?
That's all.
No.
No, I'm in group 2.
In group 3, I put here group 3 in 3 people, but now who is left? Pyositu and Yamo, and which is left? Okay. So no, you better join to room 3 because they have only just 2 people. Okay, so 3 people in group 1, there are 3 people, room 2, 4 people, and room 3, 3 people. That would be fine. Okay, so what I want you to do is you have to reread. Okay, room 1. Room 1, let me give you the title. You have to reread about opinion and suggestion, and after that make notes. Write down some notes. Okay. And for room 2, view and arguments. Room 3, problem and solution. You got it? Room 1, opinion and suggestion. Room 1. That Elvin, Jotinza, and William, you are in room 1, right? You have to reread about opinion and suggestion, and please write down some notes because your friend can be seen to it. And then room 2, in Jinsom, Yano, Shanley, and Tanta, you are in room 2. You have to discuss and make notes about view and arguments, right? Room 3, Nono, Pyositu, and Jamal, problem and solution. Okay. So in this time, what you have to, I already understood what your friend suggests and what your friend discuss, and you have already had it, right? So in this time, what you have to do is write down the notes. Okay, to write, before you write what you have to do and what kind of, the format of the style, right? The style and the format of the writing the letter, and after that, what to include in your letter, right? So please make a note. And after that, you have to take screenshot, and then you have to upload it on the Vibers group so your friends can see it. So they don't need to open their book.
Only one group with one picture, right?
One group with, one group, yes. Like a 4-in-1, 3-in-1. Okay.
So
I think, Jishinta or Jishinta is not here. That's why. Yes, Sidu, what's your question?
We just need to make notes and present about it.
You don't need to present it. I will check it out. I will check your work, and after that, I would ask you the question.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's start. Don't worry, I will come and join your room as well.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yep. Okay, can you see me?
Yes,
So how about this one? Can you see it?
it's yellow.
Yellow. How about the letters?
I cannot see the letters yet. I can see you, but just in low quality.
How about that?
Yeah, it's blurry. It's
Because
pixelated.
you turn on the blur behind you, right?
I know that, but I think you can read it here right now. Okay?
Significant number. What?
It's still blurry.
No, can you close it like this, like close to this, because I can see you properly. No, I can't see it. Wait, it's too blurry. Turn off the blur from the background. You have to turn off the blur from the background because the blur is blurring your paper.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. Oh wait. Moment, please. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do on the phone. You know, I'm not very good at using with the phone. Oh my god. I don't know how to change it.
Do I need to come to your house?
Background filter. What's that? Blur. None. Oh my god.
Yay, we did it.
My background is too messy, you know.
It's all right. It's all right. I don't care. My background is worse. But the thing is your
Yep.
Now we have to
Now
like
you
turn
have-
our neck.
you're tilted now. You're 180 degrees.
We might broke our neck from this.
It's all right. I
Like-
can still see it though. Let me try. Ah, I can't. I'm still looking at it.
It's tilted.
Hey, if it is a blur, then you only just you are making that you want to see my background, so you're making a, how should I say? This is like very easy there.
A significant number.
Significant.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Okay, a significance number. So what is it? Is it generalization or opinion or anything else?
Generalization.
Generalization.
Generalization. Okay, so let's do one after another. I think that will be fine. Yep. So, who is it? I need to call you one up. I need to call your name.
What is the choice? Generalizations, opinions, and what? Another one is what?
No, I don't tell.
Huh?
If I tell you and then you can guess very easily.
Hmm?
If I tell you, you can guess easily. You know what I mean?
The topic, the group tree, right?
No. And I mean, if I tell you which are what or generalization,
Is this like a random quiz?
of course it is. You know, I will call out just only the name, and you have to read the phrase or the word I mentioned here, and you have to guess that. What's that? Like that. Okay. So let's see. Let's start. I think I better count the number. Okay.
God dang. Oh my gosh, damn it. That was a bit too loud. I think that was a bit too loud. The thing
You
is,
look so happy looking down on the paper.
the thing is, yeah, she was like, I'm going to destroy these children. And the connection was like, the thing is though, I didn't pin the teacher, so once she could disconnect it, she turned to a cat. Which is weird. Let me play some more music.
Imagine the teacher coming back when you open it. Oh,
Oh,
I'm the host.
Why
she-
you always